Worldwide Athletics with Coach Mark from the Wichita Bears. Good to have you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
First off, Mark, just want to pick into your brain here. When did you start coaching?
I started coaching when my son was 6 years old. My oldest boy, he's now 20, so this is my 15th year coaching.
15 years, good stuff. So, well, you said when your son was first grade.
My oldest boy.
So that's my next question. Of is why did you get into the coaching?
That was why. Being a younger guy, I was bused to the west side, and then getting married to my wife, and we moved to the west side. My initial plan was for my son to play for the Wichita Bears. Mm-hmm. And after the second day of practice, they broke it down and said 1, 2, 3 Wolverines. I'm like, wait a minute, Wolverines. And so my oldest boy played for the Wolverines. A guy by the name of Andy Roy was in his 6th grade year, and typically on the west side, the teams go to parochial school ball. So he offered me to take over the Wichita Bears. Now I've been the director owner of the Wichita Bears for 5 years.
Good stuff. So you've been director with the Bears for now going on 5 years. With your current team, they're pretty much a powerhouse here in Wichita. Would you say would that be too strong of a statement?
Yeah, the thing is that we played in so many ball games that was decided by 1 or 2 touchdowns. You have John Randall with the Bulldogs. Mm-hmm. You have the Tigers that are up and coming, which we play Saturday night. So to say powerhouse, I'd say to be undefeated up until this season, I guess you could say powerhouse. Mm-hmm. But I have so much respect for the other organizations that I just try to humble my kids and make them hungry at the same time. So powerhouse, I think I got the best boys in the United States of America. So I think that I have an opportunity to win in any football game that I'm in. But I try to stay humble, so using the word powerhouse is not in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, understandable. Now, like I said, with this current team, how long did it take you to build this team? Was it like an overnight deal with them, or did this take a couple years to get these boys to sink into it and buy into the system? Or, was it just like these boys just clicked and let's go?
Well, just like the EDGE program, I mold my program after a lot of the same values. Most of the boys that I have been with me, the core of my team has been with me since the 1st grade. I'm very strong at all areas. In my coaching staff, Bryce Eubanks, Troy Blasey, they make my job a lot easier. I do a lot of the motivating, paying attention to what the kids do and how they feel and what motivates them to get better. But I have a tremendous coaching staff. So with that coaching staff, I've been lucky to keep the same boys over the years. And I'd say that typically we get another kid into our program, you really are not going to really reap the benefits of what this kid's going to be able to do until until year 2. Mm-hmm. Because after year 2, they learn gap coverages. Yep. They learn different responsibilities. A lot of kids that come and play football for me are superstars on their team. We don't have a superstar on our team. Mm-hmm. So by the time they come and learn our program and figure out what their responsibility is and get over being overwhelmed by having to play multiple positions, once they figure it out, the sky is the limit for each kid. And so I have had the core of my kids since 1st grade, but I've had some tremendous kids join us to make us who we are today.
That's good. You said one of the key words, I forgot it was a superstar. There are no superstars on the team. And that brings me to this. There's not, so to speak, because I go with the same model. There's no superstars on a team if you've got a good team.
Absolutely.
Okay. But there are special kids. With your current team or team in the past, has there been any kid that's just caught your attention and just caught your mind so much? You're like, man, this kid is just something. It don't have to, so to speak, be for football. Because this kid could be doing something out in the neighborhood for his community. Mm-hmm. Has there been that type of a kid or that type of a team? You maybe had 3 or 4 of those type of kids on that team.
Yeah. I'm going to be really honest with you. God has really blessed me to be around some very, very, very special kids. A lot of times being humble, you're not going to use an opportunity to pump up one kid. I mean, that can really tear down the core of a football team. But I will say that we have some kids that do very well on the football field. We also have some kids that do better off the football field. We have kids that do so many different things that if you wanted me to name some kids, I can name my entire starting offense. I can name my entire starting defense. Yeah. My son plays quarterback. I think he's the best quarterback in the United States of America, but you won't hear me going out and verbally talking about it because he has to stay humble. He has to understand that the team is the concept. And I really believe that, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I really believe that buying into those values is what makes us successful. No matter who you have on a football field, my team has a chance to win. Every single Saturday they have a chance to win. And it's all because all 11 players that's playing on the football field buy into teamwork. So, you know, it's just kind of against what I teach to give some type of attention to one kid. They all do good in school, they all stay out of trouble, and they all do well on the football field. So I can't complain.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
You know. All right, last question here. This is concerning the team you have now. You kind of mentioned the Bulldogs out there and the Tigers as well in that 7th grade division. What is two-part question? What is your vision or your expected outcome for the rest of the season for your team? And 2, as far as a regional push to have your kids be known throughout the region, what is your vision also through that part?
Well, you know, I would really like to see and be a part of all the major athletes in the city of Wichita coming together. That proposes some problems. A program like mine, we have a helmet and a tunnel that you run through. Once a kid runs through that, they might want to be a Wichita Bear. So for a Bulldog or a Tiger or a Cowboy, we have an off-season program. They run through the tunnel. Next thing you know, they want to play football for me. And that poses a problem for the director and the coach wanting to allow that kid to come play for me. I think the EDGE program is the complete answer to what we're trying to achieve here. I think that once all the head coaches take a step back, all the defensive coordinators take a step back, all the offensive coordinators take a step back, then you allow the program to allow these kids to do what they do best, which is play football. John Randall, one of the most special football players I've ever seen in my entire life. L.J. Phillips, one of the best football running backs I've ever seen in my life. It's a kid, I don't know his last name, Malachi, very special kid for the Tigers. I could go on and on and on and on and on. The Crusaders, they have some incredible football players. I mean, once you get to 7th grade, puberty starts to set in, and you see who is going to do what, you know. So I think that the answer to that, and what I really would like to see is Manny Martinez and his crew and his coaches kind of say, hey, this is what we see as best. I mean, he has a resume of success in this city that a lot of people just don't know about. They don't know the International Puerto Rico. They don't know the Mexico. They don't know what he's done with the Aztecs. They don't get a chance to come down here and see the trophies and the EDGE program and everything he's doing. And I have no doubt in my mind that him and the people that's pushing this EDGE program, I know Brian Butler has been pushing the EDGE program, and a lot of other coaches have been pushing this EDGE program. So I think that what that's going to do is say there's a separate entity, there's a independent organization that wants to give everybody an opportunity. And once we get all those kids together, man, the sky's the limit. Wichita, Kansas puts out per capita more NFL football players in the United States of America.
Yes, sir.
You look at Barry Sanders, you look at the kid that went to Northwest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. And all these guys, I mean, they played on Sundays. It wasn't just a show up thing, but the EDGE program is going to give a lot of these kids more of an opportunity to go out and see this nationwide, and I'm very excited about that.
Good stuff. Well, we've got, like I said, no superstars on the team. You know, you got to make a good team by keep yourself humble, Mark Johnson with Worldwide Athletics. Appreciate your time, sir.
Appreciate you.